Yeah. Hello out there in TV land. Go ahead and grab my beer here. Got beer here. Tonight we're featuring the Spruced Wit from Tilted Barn Brewery here in Rhode Island. They grow Christmas trees in the season for doing that, and then they use the spruce tips to make a delicious wit beer later on. We must use every part of the Christmas tree in our war on Christmas. All right. Let's load that game. We are. We're also live. We're also live to the people of the world. Whoa, I do not have my DS thing on. I think it's okay. You didn't pay a dime, so don't fucking complain. I'm gonna turn on DS4 real quick, just because otherwise just in this one, in no other Dark Souls is my mouse stick sensitivity situation just goes all kinds of crazy. So give me 1 sec. I cannot explain it. Do what you wanna, do what you will. Just don't mess up your neighbor's thrill. Does look pretty good. All right, we've already spilled a tiny amount of beer, so I'll be right back. Aw. Is that because of the bedroom?
I think maybe. It's happened before where my wifey doesn't come back to me.
Need a booster? Works great in the music room, I know, because podcasts happen there. You're very quietly eating sprinkles live on the internet, FYI. I have no problem with that. In fact, I think it is a great joy. But I just want you to know, in the interest of full disclosure, the world, more accurately, like 6 people, hearing you right now.
Well, they could be jealous of my sprinkles.
All right, I'm back. What'd I miss? That's a reasonable point. What did they miss? What did we miss? No. No, I think it's homey. Oh yes, I've seen this clip. Are these games hard? We're breaking some news here today. There's a certain take among the game intelligentsia that actually these games are not hard. Yeah, and I mean, I understand the meaning of the argument. Where are we meeting, by the way? Cleansing Chapel Bonfire is going to be our home for a little bit. Yeah, no, the argument is there are games that are punishing in ways you can't mitigate by getting better at them. You know, just like enormous HP soaks or true grindiness or whatever. And these games are not generally that. But to therefore say they're not hard is I think kind of a form of gatekeeping, because it implies that if they seem hard to you, that's a you problem. I don't really buy that. Cool. Oh, I see you. You're getting summoned. You did. You're you're real good at Twitch and YouTube Live, and we never did figure out Mixer, but now Mixer is ending, so we were right. So did a lot of people, apparently, because Mixer will soon not be a thing. They are merging with hello. They are merging with Facebook Live or Facebook Gaming. I think we're going this way. Yeah, we got this other shortcut open. When last we left our heroes, they were running around this big cathedral, fighting dudes. Prepare for more of that on the next thrilling episode, right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Officially? I mean, you don't have it. You've never played Demon's Souls, so not all. All of the ones available on current gen hardware. Is that fair to say? I think I'm pretty sure we didn't get them. I don't know whether I need them. I don't remember what they are. But yeah, no, I mean, so for the context for the viewer, we realized, like, I have a basically active character in Dark Souls Remastered on the Switch. Ooh, hello. We've been playing Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin with a friend when he's available. He's a friend who's a doctor, so he's not available that much. But that's actually great, because that's the... Right, but that's the Dark Souls that you really want to play together. Like, there's ways to mitigate the soul memory thing, but in general, for anyone who hasn't played it, you're locked together. There's no password system like in this or in Bloodborne for a start, or in Dark Souls, or like Dark Souls Remastered for that matter. But also, it's not just that you're locked to people within your level range. It's actually soul memory. So even if you haven't leveled up, even if you've lost the souls, the number you've had at some point in the past locks you from co-oping with certain people. So it's a really good one to choose to play with a very steady group, right? And make a relatively firm no soloing rule. So that's what we've been doing with that one. But yeah, so we're doing this, as you can see, because you're watching this, if you're hearing me say that. We're doing that. We have our remastered characters that we've been neglecting a bit, but they're around. And then I guess you and I have both sort of been messing around in Bloodborne. So with the exception of Demon Souls, which isn't really available current gen, though it's going to be next gen, that's the whole enchilada. We are playing the entire series kind of simultaneously. And these are all games we've already played, right? Like we've completed, we've each been through. Yeah. Yeah, I brought up my strength gentleman in Bloodborne, and he is a blast. Oh, yeah, this whole thing. Well, I'm dead, so I forgot just how much he tracks you, so that is on me. Let's try that again. Oh, cut. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I will say, just for context, this trope actually did start in Demon Souls. There are two big ass dragons, and woe be unto you if you want to try to kill them, but you can. That's a thing you can do. I think there's an achievement for killing the one you encounter much later in the game. It's doable. I mean, like the way most people do it is in a very boring, sniping their foot for an hour kind of way. Like I wouldn't call it a great feat of gaming, but it's a hallmark of these series that there are things that there are approaches that a lot of games would consider exploits or maybe even make impossible in a patch that you can just totally do if you have the patience and the wherewithal. And I think the idea is the lateral thinking to think that you could do that. Because it's that roguelike thing where it's a logical extension of the game systems that if the same laws govern all living things in this world, then you could just chip away damage unless there's some in-text reason why the thing is immortal, right? Dum dum dum. Mm-hmm. Right. Totally. Right. That also began in Demon Souls, by the way, because as the traditional opening boss, except that it's fully expected it'll kill you, and then you don't get another shot. It's not like the Asylum Demon in Dark Souls 1 where you can just keep going at it. You're that's it. You're out of there. You're in the Nexus, the equivalent to Firelink. It is possible to kill it, at which point a boss from later in the game just punches you in the face and you die anyway. But that enemy that is designed to definitely kill you at first shows up as just like a rank and file enemy later to show you how far you've come. A little bit, yeah. But I mean, of course, the thing it did differently, and I think better, is you can take your revenge right away, right? You warp back. The tutorial area. You go right into the dream. Yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. Oh, how did I die again? Goldern. I forgot how hard this is. Hmm. Am I missing something here, or do I just need to watch his swings way better? I think the latter. I mean, I'm rolling. Thank you for telling me there's rolling in this game. Mm-hmm. We could. I'm there'll be other opportunities. I have a strong suspicion. Yeah, no, this is I don't remember this area to a surprising degree because like I remember that it happened, but like I had no memory of that big gentleman. Um Formidable and yeah. We're arrogant now, I think, because we've gotten pretty good with these builds at fighting, you know, regular sized yeah, scrubs. We do want some scrubs. They will get some love from us. Okay. We will do the opposite. Ooh. Thank you. Yep. I made it. Nothing will ever be hard again. He's chilling. Oh, he's up. All right. Call this a draw for now. Here there be things. Ho there, friend. You ain't slick. As the kids say. Got that Seek Guidance Miracle, which I will never use. Oh, thiefy. Wait, up this way? Is that where we're going? This is a good beer. Oh, right. Forgot about that. I was paranoid in the wrong direction. I forgot that this area is that one Doom mod the military uses, where just if you don't check your corners, you die instantly. Yeah. Okay. Whoop. We're fine. It's fine. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. Top me off. This is our Dark Souls 3 playthrough where the gimmick is we're idiots and we make bad choices. It is. Oh, you're right. He is not shaped like a friend. All right. Let's do a thing. Love that weapon art. Oh yeah, he has the Braille Divine Tome. That's nice. That deep magic. Won't I? I guess there is there a weapon buff behind there. I really haven't decided. I'm focusing on my weapons. If I do spells, I think it'll be like you, just weapon buffs. Because I ensharpenated these katanas, and I'm feeling real good about the choice. I'm having a good time. Her hot Harold v. Harold action. That was him. Nice. For all you people who hate when there are just a bunch of things you like, who need it to all just be one big thing you like. What's with this guy? This is not a Dark Souls looking guy. He has a beastie look. I mean, and you know, to what degree is that? I mean, almost certain. Well, yeah, I mean, like, and they figured out that cool floppity fur texture, so why wouldn't you reuse it? Yeah, I mean, just like is aesthetically in a bunch of ways. Okay, aesthetically and also just in terms of game pace, this game is, I think, the middle ground between the Dark Souls proper and Bloodborne. I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. Whether there are like textual reasons that they're all in the same universe, I don't know. I don't know that that's the case. I think it drops some juicy tidbits that you could interpret that way if you wanna, but it doesn't give you a definitive yes, or for that matter, a definitive no. Yeah, because it is so like it's such a well-made play, right? Like to the point of taking place over one night even. Like the idea of it being self-contained is definitely key to what makes it good. How'd I get poisoned? All right, the clouds. Hey, Kirky. Kirkala. The Kirkinator. Oop. Oh, right, the thorns. That's his whole deal. And this is I can't remember if there's anybody like this in Demon Souls, but certainly in Dark Souls 1, this basic invasion happens right before the gaping demon fight right before that. Yeah, that was wild. Did he kill you? My god. I killed him. You are avenged. Yeah, that's less fun solo. I don't remember where the next shortcut slash bonfire is. I th- I can probably dick around and oh, there's the Herald and the two thieves. That's doable. Can I sneak by them though? Because that would be cool too. That would be good gameplay. Yeah, yeah, good call. Yeah, yeah, that's a good policy. I'm gonna see if I can not aggro these guys. Mm-hmm. Am I trying to sneak? Is my next move here to sneak past the giant or kill him? Or is there somewhere else to... Ooh, I'm going to get killed by this thief. I am going to get killed by this thief because the sludge slows me down. No, I'm good. Just playing badly, like a bad player on a stream. Is there somewhere else to go, though, dude? All right, I just got to remember where the Sam heck that is. I think I know where I need to go. Yeah. Make your choices. Ooh, you're a thief. A thief of my time. There we go. Hmm. You invaded, or? Mm. Let the record show I've got the shortcut open. It's a good ring. Gives you better attack when your HP is full. Did it cost you everything? You and the homies. Which door? Well, I can get back to the bonfire now, though. Oh, good. And now, young Skywalker, you will die. Hmm? I do. I mean, we can do that. We are, though. Like, well, we could be. Yeah. I realized when I was picking this outfit, I was purely doing fashion souls. I did not remotely consider stats. Oh, well, then we'll go back down then. Okay. Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is very much Bloodborne, because it's not even textually armor; it's clothes. It can have a really significant effect on resistances. That becomes important sometimes, but in terms of like, there's very little heavy armor in the game. I did. We should deal with him. Mine neither. There we go. Welcome to the party. Bloat. He does. That's how the Herald do. Oh, we broke him. Broke him like the Batman. What does this do? Something terrible? I'm gonna... That'll help us get to somewhere, presumably.
And actually, that one does not. But it,
Is there another switch around here?
yeah.
Do we...
Go right over there. He leaves us alone.
Didn't you say we also want to open the door behind the other giant?
Yeah.
Can't just drop that plot line. That's like the whole through line of this episode is that door. Try not to lose the plot, man.
There's a, I think there's a guidance behind that door.
Mm.
By the way, little aside, that artist I mentioned, I showed you on Instagram when he did the Sailor Moon challenge.
Mm-hmm.
He just did Yuvala from Spirited Away
That's...
in her face, but wearing the Sailor Moon outfit.
I am going to need to look that up.
All right, so should we do that?
I mean,
That'd probably be easier than trying to avoid him, actually.
well, sure. Murder it is. You monster.
Murder.
This isn't an Undertale stream. We're not going to get yelled at. Everyone is fat in the slime. Roll-wise, I mean.
So maybe a little bit of a plug. When I look at it, I read your article about.
Oh, hello. Games that feel bad to play, the recent one.
Yeah, I was wondering. So does because you just mentioned Undertale. So is that the only game to your knowledge that you can actually play by just literally not doing what like you might be expected to do?
You mean like the intentional disobedience thing? Like the game very much tells you to do something and expects you to do the opposite? That kind of thing?
And I mean, I don't is it a spoiler? I just mentioned the what is it called now? The passive playthrough, I guess.
I mean, so Undertale's an interesting thing. So first of all, to your question as asked, no, that is not unusual. Well, it's maybe unusual, but it's not unheard of, right? I mean, I would argue the first Dark Souls is actually a pretty masterful example of like the NPCs are your friend, but if you're trying to do an optimal playthrough of Dark Souls 1, the last step before you end a new game cycle is to kill everyone, like everyone, and take all their stuff. And in fact, the best thing to do would be to use the Dark Hand to suck their soul out so you start the next run with the most humanity possible, right? So that's something that presumably the chosen undead you're playing as wouldn't do, but it's something that the game actively not only makes possible, but incentivizes you to do. So it's definitely built in, like the game has an interesting reaction. It's honestly like a less stupid version of the little sister thing from the first BioShock, right? In a certain sense. What Undertale does that's kind of weird is like my view, which I think is maybe unpopular among certain aspects of the fandom, is that it wants you to do sort of a mixed playthrough your first time. You sort of get goaded into killing people. And I think after you're done with that, you're supposed to realize it's possible to play a fully pacifist playthrough. Now, what sucks a bit about that is that Undertale does this thing that in isolation is really, really cool, where it it's actually really hard to sort of start over clean in Undertale. Even if you ostensibly delete your file, it like the game will comment on the fact that you have done that, which is great. But it means that if you want like a pure as the driven snow pacifist playthrough, you have to go in knowing that, or else you have to follow a guide or something. Which is it's a less interesting way to play the game, and I think among a certain segment of the fandom, it's sort of thought of as the only correct way to play the game. So that if Undertale's sort of a weird case. The genocide route, as it's called, where you kill everyone, is very I think H Bomber Guy has made this point. It is very conscious of itself as not your first playthrough. Like very few people are going to play that way the first time, so it's like the characters are sort of admonishing you throughout for like this is how much you want more of this game. You're going to just like do this horrible thing you're doing. Like what is wrong with you? Like stop playing the game maybe. So it's it goes meta, But I feel like that wasn't quite what you were asking. Well, so I mean, the cleanest example of a game that tells. I was going to say the cleanest example. This is a Dan Olson connection, the foldable ideas guy. Yeah, let's kite him.
I don't think he follows us very far.
He won't go on dry land, right? He stays in the muck.
And these guys are only bad insofar as being like,
Oh, forgot that he does that.
he's the great mighty Boo.
He is going to throw.
I have a fire weapon, so let's just maybe. Well, maybe these things are working their way towards us slowly, I guess. That's
What's he doing?
so yeah, fire's just handy to deal with these guys while they're kind of
Right.
inching their way towards
Wow,
us.
charcoal does not last a long time, or does the muck extinguish it?
No, the charcoal doesn't last long because it's meant to be applied quickly. The resin is what you need for time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you might need to heal. I kind of got him for a second.
I got some licks in, but he does have a fair bit of health.
Far so good.
Ooh, the grubs.
Yeah.
Hello, fair grub. Where do you get the resin?
I mean, you pick them up.
That's
You can buy them from, I mean, either the ashes or from Grey Rat after he's done some pre-pillaging.
right. I should really probably just have a fire weapon.
Yeah, that's kind of what this site is right now. It's not one of my cleaner weapons as far as like my lore character goes, so I figured she has it just to kind of deal with stuff like this.
Yeah, it's a situational tool. That's a very Bloodborne notion. But I think your overall question was games that tell you to do one thing and expect you to do another or the opposite. Dan Olson, foldable human, folding ideas channel, pointed out, talked about that Dark Souls example I was talking about, and then noted that the cleanest example is the Stanley Parable, right? That's an entire game about the narrator saying not just telling you to do something, but saying you already did it, and then the game hinges on you, at least eventually not doing that. But I think it's a tension that exists in most all games that you brought up the L word, right? Like the ludonarrative dissonant thing is like what you want to do will not always line up with what the game is telling you your character wants to do. This, I think, is the reason I wrote the article. Is I think I haven't played The Last of Us Part 2 yet, but this question seems to be at the heart of why the game is getting such strong reactions from people. Is like Naughty Dog's whole deal is to guide you toward a preconceived conclusion, right? Because their games are like not just linear, but like they aspire to be truly cinematic, to make you feel like you are playing something that is ungamey, I guess. And one of the ways that they do that, the quote from Evan Hill that I mentioned in the piece, like all of it is sort of organized around the idea that it shouldn't feel possible to do anything but the thing your character needs to do to advance the story. That is probably just natively 50 times harder if you're telling a dark, gritty man's inhumanity to man story, because you have to, like the player is going to understand that murder is wrong going in, probably, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's the other aspect of ludonarrative dissonance that I think gets lost. Like, it isn't just a question of like, is the game's ludic contract lining up with its narrative contract? It's not just a question of like, did the departments talk to each other? It's a question of how aware is the game of the way the player is engaging with it, right? That's why the Undertale example is kind of complicated and interesting. Like even in Clint Hawking's original article about BioShock and ludonarrative dissonance, his whole deal was, I know Atlas is a man faking an accent talking to me. This is a video game, right? Like, I willingly suspend my disbelief and forget the things about it that are awkward or gamey, or don't forget them, but I roll with them in order to enjoy the game, right? Like, similarly, every person who plays a game, barring people who are having real struggles in life, understand that killing is fucked up in real life but fun in a game. And understanding that but being able to have fun anyway is very, very precisely how you enjoy games. So for the game to every couple of hours rub in your face that you're doing terrible things can ring very hollow, right? If it hasn't successfully gotten you on board with, thinking that those things are righteous, or if you see the twist coming or whatever, it's extremely likely that it's going to ring hollow. But what's interesting about it in the context of Naughty Dog is just that it's super subjective. Your mileage will vary, and their whole approach is sort of hinges on people's mileage not varying too much, on it like being possible to create such a well-designed level or whatever that people, I'm sorry, I'm skipping through this dialogue because we're in the middle of a conversation and I don't want to break stride here, but like, or at least not more than I just did, but like they want it to be possible to make a story so well told, a level so well designed that there is only one possible outcome for everyone. And that's maybe just straight up impossible, especially with a game of any length, because like Last of Us 2 is also longer than their other work. But I think it's extra super duper impossible when you're trying to do the, you monster move. Yes.
So if you go there, he's gonna lower. I'm trying to remember.
Get your passport. You're a hero. Mm-hmm. Nope. Just saying. Okay. Cool. Onward ho. Wait a minute. That's not... He's... For anybody who's tuning in just for our lovely presences, this is Patches. He betrays you in one way or another in every game. Yeah. He takes different forms. He betrays you in different ways. This is the first time he's disguised himself as a different character you'd recognize. But, that's so Patches. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The game does respond to the fact that we've sort of already disarmed his trap to a certain degree by killing the giant. So what do? Do we raise that again and then go back around? Is that our move? Well, what?
Raising this one is any effect. Raising this one, that gives you access to Rosaria, which you don't want to do if you want to finish this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're mutually exclusive. That's also sort of a carryover from Bloodborne, the idea that there are characters with these seething rivalries such that befriending one means you lose the path of the other. There's a little bit of that in Dark Souls 2.
I think it's usually, it's right here. I want to say in the Dark Souls games, it's usually more allegiance
Mm-hmm.
rivalry, whereas in, you don't want to hedge your risk, but it really matters.
Well, I raised both. Yeah.
But I think in Bloodborne, it's actually personal resistance.
It is actually factional as well. The Vile Bloods versus the what do you call them? But they do also personally hate each other. That is also true. In Dark Souls 2, it's purely personal. It's two guys, and you can sort of, be in both of their good graces for a bit, but then you do eventually have to, pick sides. Yeah, we're here. Can I stab him through the thing? No, I cannot. Okay. Wait for him to stand up. Give him the old stabby stab. The stab's so nice, we'll do it twice. I gotta get this item real quick. Hey, well, it's an ember. Yeah, that's handy. If you're doing a co-op stream, good to have as many embers as you can. If you're doing a co-op stream and you're playing as badly as I've been playing today, having some embers on hand is a groovy thing. But yeah, where was your head at with the question about, disobedience in games?
I can't quite remember where it started. I mean, if we watch this again, I'm sure we'll
Well, you said you read the article. Oops, I stepped on the button. Boy, I'm boy, just. I should probably start speedrunning this game because I am so very good at it. Please continue. Yeah, I think I mention the first Dark Souls in there in that one. I've written about this aspect of the game before for sure, but there are just the thing is like the thing I wanted to argue is that there are actually like a ton of examples, right? Like the idea of a feel bad game, like the you monster moment was sort of a trope that reached its peak, you know, at a specific time. But the simple idea of a game not feeling good to play with purpose or not being traditionally fun or fucking with you or whatever, that's almost as old as games. Like it's never been the norm. It's never been a thing most games do, but I don't know that there's a period. Oh, I thought you were taking us somewhere. If we're ready to fight, we can just fight the boss if you want. Okay, well, back to the bonfire then. How do we get back to the bonfire? But I am Tommy Showbiz. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's why I brought it back to not just like Missile Command, but like the Landlord's game. You know, like we have very. I cut a paragraph about like snakes and ladders. Because you know, snakes and ladders. The player has absolutely no agency. You roll a die, and the dice roll determines where you go, and something happens. You never make a single choice at any point in the game, right? And the original version of it, Snakes and Ladders, as opposed to Shoots and Ladders, you know, the original Western version, I should say, right? It's actually based on an Indian game that goes back way earlier, or a couple of Indian games. But you know, the snakes would have been labeled as vices, and the ladders would have been labeled as virtues. So it's ostensibly a game about like good moral behavior, but you have no control over your own moral character. You know, more it's a thing that happens to you. So like that's kind of a breathtakingly cynical, like Calvinist view of the world. You know, like maybe it's not cynical, maybe it's just Calvinist, but it's a kind of a harsh lesson to teach through the game's ludic contract, to use Clint Hawking's terms, right? But I think the jury's out on whether you're supposed to be thinking about that while you play it, which is why I cut it, right? Like I think when you're playing it as a kid, it's just gambling for kids. You know, the fact that you have no agency doesn't actually make it unfun. It's proving a profoundly, you know, unfun point by doing it. Right, totally, because it simplifies everything else down to the lowest possible level. Yeah. Right, right. Rezone, yeah. He would be. Oh, this well here, yeah. Yeah, there he is. So we need to find his armor, right? Got it. So I gotta go back to Firelink, get it, and then okay, right? Because wow, Patches, you bastard. Yeah, I could level, bank that pile. I wish we could be seeing you. Maybe we should set that up. Set up a little split screen thing at some point. I mean, it could just be a side by side like Mario Kart. Since we're together most of the time, it could be kind of disorienting though. And if you're in jail, break out. I mean, they still do. I think just like fewer people see them. You know, like if you listen to local radio, they're a lot like that. You know, like they were you. Yeah. Oh yeah. People totally badger you. That's like the number one way to sell things. It's just like they were ubiquitous when we were kids. You know, because like there was kind of no form of entertainment where you didn't watch a giant block of commercials. Now, you know, there's ad blockers and whatever. But even if you're watching YouTube, like if you get 3 30-second ads in a row, you get impatient. You know, and rightly so. Don't get me wrong, but like it was like a third of the show you were watching at a minimum was commercials when we were kids. That was just normal and accepted. I'm just shopping at Patches. I'm trying. I don't remember where he shows up, so I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I mean, yes, at Firelink, but I don't know where at Firelink. I remember him being like upstairs. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought, and I'm not seeing him. Maybe I'm missing him. I don't see. I did. I think. Mm. Oh, that's right. Where does he show up there? In the same spot? Okay, well, let's go there then. Oh, I should spend these souls real quick. Well, not all of them, but right. But how much is it? No, whatever. I'll just keep what I got. Yo. Yeah, yo and also low. That's fine. You said your sign's down? Cool. Yeah, I mean, it ties into the series in a bunch of ways. Arguments over which is the good ending or whatever. Like, what does the game think you should do? I think at its best, it's genuinely ambiguous. You know, Sekiro probably does that the best. Like, there are you know, like it's it's pretty clear that the easiest ending to get is the bad ending. But beyond that, like, is going to the west better than breaking the cycle is better? You know what I mean? Like there are multiple good outcomes, and it's more about who you're attached to and what you want for that world and those people. Okay. I think when there is just sort of a bad ending, just cause it can be a little annoying. I remember really well. I was in college, and my roommate at the time, one of my roommates, beat Halo 3, whichever one would have been new right then. And I guess if you beat it on easy, the ending is just Master Chief dies. Right, and the goal is yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of a silly move for a number of reasons. I mean, like, not the least being accessibility and whatever, but well, I mean, I guess that's the big reason, right? Like, so, like some people are only going to ever beat it on easy, either because of hmm. I thought so too. Maybe we didn't. Hmm. What a jerk. I mean, okay. All right. Long as you're safe and snuggly over there. I feel like I should be with you. You know what's bad for entertainment? Me standing on this ledge waiting for you. I guess it will be satisfying when the bridge just pops up, but...
I mean, you can watch, you can see me, so you'll see the madness of...
Oh, this is actually kind of great, yeah. Like a Roman emperor up here. We are amused.
I wonder if he just slows. Wait a second. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so there's 3 grades. Now I'm very confused.
Well, that's just great. Forgive me.
We raised this one.
We raised the one, yeah. I mean...
What?
Mm?
Okay, no, this was raised, and the thing for it is on the other side, which means we need to take the things up there. Okay.
Absolutely none of what you just said was helpful, but I'm down if you're down.
It means we get to go have more adventures.
I love adventures. Where do I meet you?
Okay, you just stay there and watch my colonies just roll for this dirt. You're a grub.
You should be dragged through the slime and the slime and the slime and the mud. Welcome to the Dark Souls playthrough where we sing Jesus Christ Superstar. Have I shared with you my Japanese cast recording of Jesus Christ Superstar? Okay. Good, good, good. Lauren hates the guy who plays Judas, and I think he's a treasure.
His eyebrows were really thick. I feel like there was a period in like the 80s, early 90s where like, especially like in Sentai, where like you could kind of tell how bad a person was just based on how like furry their eyebrows were.
That's a thing for sure. I actually have no idea what the guy looks like. We've never looked it up. I just mean she can't handle his. He really goes for broke on those vocals, and it's. Again, to me, it is a steak dinner, but Lauren just does not. It rubs her the wrong way. I think it hurts her because she knows how much it must be hurting him. But although when we saw some proper kabuki, like they were doing stuff with their voices that I would not know how to do safely, but they were clearly in their like
It's safe.
20 to 30th year of doing it.
You can tell, like,
I'm saying I maybe can't tell the difference as well as you can between healthy screaming and unhealthy screaming. I can tell, like, regular singing when it's healthy or unhealthy. But
What is what Yoko Ono did with Chuck Berry? What does that count as?
let me ask. Hey, love, Yoko Ono with Chuck Berry. Where does that fall on the continuum?
Yoko's a tricky case.
Yoko is a tricky case. Because the thing is, some people do sing unhealthily, but they just have iron pipes, so they never pay for it. Like Frank Black, of Pixies fame. Like there's no reasonable way he should still have a voice. And yet,
Yeah, I don't know enough about vocal control. I mean, well, I shouldn't even say actually. It's just I think it's just back to this point. Apparently, Freddie Mercury was like regularly shredding his vocal cords when he would sing like that because he was not a trained professional.
he had he had some classical training, didn't he, Freddie Mercury? I thought so. But yeah, I mean, he would
I heard that. So
he would go for. No, he did hurt himself several times for sure, because he was fearless. And I think they also kept a pretty ridiculous touring schedule for a minute there, if I recall.
They were probably doing a lot of drugs.
They were also probably doing a lot of drugs, Lauren points out, which isn't. Let me check my notes here. Great for you. I have completely lost you. Where'd you go?
I'm back at the bonfire.
At the bon.
Right towards me. Oh, sorry, I thought you saw me.
I didn't know we were going to the bonfire.
Yeah, because that's the quickest way to get to this thing now. Honestly.
Okay, I believe you. Just make sure I've said everything there is to say here. Quite a pickle. Do nothing. Quite a pickle. Do nothing. Okay. That do nothing prompt always feels very cruel.
Yes. I mean, what other option do you have?
I mean, literally no other option in this particular instance. I'm sorry. Where'd you go?
Oh, sorry, I came to this thing.
You're gonna have You have taken on you have taken on Grayson's habit of describing where you are, man. We were playing Minecraft the other day, and it was like, "Hey, Grayson, where are you?" "I'm here." I'm back at the well. Oh yeah, I see. Got a little twitch there. I want to do some stretches or something. Here we go. Yeah, dude. You were saying Ring Fit wasn't giving you too much resistance. I don't know if I'm just in worse shape than you, but it beat me up pretty good last night.
These guys keep up with kids.
Sure. I think. Well, I think. I mean, there are like stomach crunches and things. Because it's like it's a lot gamier than We Fit. So you actually like unlock moves. You know. So like there will be push-ups before this is over. I'm sure. Where did you go? Okay. Yes. Duh. And then into the thing, or you're up here. Okay. Praise. That is the one thing about playing all these games at once. My timing is just like some things I'm quite good at, but the things that are very different game to game, I'm yeah. I mean the classic thing is just you heal when you mean to two hand in Bloodborne, right? Because that the button mapping is different. Yep, he's dead. Oh yeah. Oh, let's get the stuff for the people at home watching the stream. Cool. Yeah, you got that. You seem like you got that. I'll start working on Happy Pants over here. He's a big fella. I mean, I'll help him. Huh. Yeah, what's our plan here? What for that matter is his plan here? Yeah, right. We're well played. And down goes the knight. It's not like the best of news. Go all higgledy piggledy. Ooh, that was a juicy hit from this gentleman. He has it that. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna. I was just trying to get him to take out his melee weapon. That's great, because he didn't have enough of that before. This would have been so... I thought I could get him off. He has it that... Oh, I got the shield. Nice. Okay, it'd be good if we could finish this. Oh, jeez. Shield bash. Okay, good. Go ahead and heal up here. What ho? Got his armor. Not using that. And then drop off careful there.
This is really fascinating because this is a hidden area and it's so janky the way you get to it.
Yeah.
It's like you found a secret way, but I think this is the only way to get here as far as I know.
That's the other weird aspect of this one in particular, right? That there are these little like it's like Kaizo Dark Souls. Like there are these kind of like ROM hacky moments that assume it's not just that they're hard, it's not even I'm not even saying they're unfair necessarily. It's just they assume fluency with the system and they are wielding your expectations against you in a way that yeah. Need a little help there? All right. So this is typical Patches. This is classic Patches. He is I need to buy the whole set of armor, right? Yeah. He tried to kill us and now he's trying to ingratiate himself to us afterwards like a big cowardly coward. Professional writer, ladies and gentlemen. That's fine. Ready. Wow. Hello, friends. Woof. All right, just thermopilaying a bunch of grubs there. Very much so. He talks to you, right? No, he doesn't talk to you. He's just chilling. Could this be secret or time for item? Is this just loading, or can I not go near Rosario while you're here? I think that's true, yeah. I thought the trigger was actually like joining the Covenant. Like he's aggro? I'm not seeing that on my side. Drop off the armor first, right? Because won't he go away if we kill the boss? Okay, well then that's fine. Then let's kill the boss. The boss must die. Let it be war upon him all. I don't know why I've been I'm just upping the musical theater references to make sure we make this as much of a niche audience as possible. We'll start sharing recipes while we play. Are we just going to sneak, or are you going to... Then this began to happen. Jeez. Got his gloves. Nice gloves. Guess what? They're mine now, nerd. Oh, that's right. I got to take off the password, though. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they fixed that in this one. I don't see anybody, though. Maybe. Is there a second non-re-encounter before this? Oh, maybe you have to go to the swamp first? I mean, if I can't get hitched this playthrough, it's not the end of the world.
It says you can summon the Store and Ceres in the Sunless Realms. Reverse the host from this fight.
That's interesting. Are the signs maybe just somewhere else? Because I'm definitely not seeing them.
That's maybe.
Ah, there's somebody here. That is Horus. But where is Cirrus?
I seem to remember her being like, yeah, like right here.
Maybe I missed Cirrus. I have not been as diligent about some of my NPCs as I ought.
Did you already talk to her in Firelink?
I thought so. I think the record will show that I have. History will exonerate and validate me. I think we're fine, though. Is this like Dark Souls 2? Do you actually end their quest lines if you don't summon them?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Is that even true in Dark Souls 2? I'm now wondering. I'm not questioning. Ooh. Hello, large gentleman. I get knocked down, but my soul enters that of one of my brother, of the body of one of my brethren. So you're never gonna do a sufficient quantity of damage to my health bar. Well played. Did I tell you this? That I'd never really paid much attention to the verses of Tub Thumpin'? And I was just a little bit, like, I thought it was a song about perseverance. But, like, if you listen to the, like, he's just getting blackout drunk over and over. He doesn't get knocked down. He knocks himself down. No one's knocking him down.
There's a few songs like that from that era that I seem to recall. They're just like kind of, I don't know, dark is even the right word, but just sardonic.
Yeah.
It's like they heard Polly and then just went kind of nuts with it or something.
I guess. Because, yeah, like I was making a cocktail or something, and Lauren said, I make a vodka drink, drink a vodka drink, a whiskey drink, or whatever that was. And I was like, what is that? And, like, every so often there is, like, a pop song every person on Earth except me has heard. She was like, no, you've absolutely heard Chumbawamba. I was like, that's in that song? Had never heard it. I'd heard it, but I'd never heard it.
Yeah, that's the case for a lot of stuff. Deacons of the Deep.
More like Deacons of They Lose. Ooh, Sunlight Metal. I love interesting points. There's nothing else in here for me, right? I just get the doll and go. Well, where are you? Would we be able to keep going with me?
Yeah, because we would just go back to the swamp and then go to the other path.
Well, let's do that then. I won't deny you your recreation when you want to solo. Keep you out of Destiny 2 a little longer. Is there no bonfire here? Do I just need... Oh, there's a bonfire here. Okay. For a short... No, I think as long as we're showing a complete playthrough, it's okay that we're not showing two complete playthroughs. I do want to drop this armor off with our good onion friend. back to Z Cleansing Chapel. Probably soonish. What were you saying, dude?
Sorry, no, my wife was asking me something weird. I was saying that right now I'm kind of just doing a very casual build. So I've been just adding stats for stuff as I need it. So I'm not really sure what to put points into right now.
Mm.
Sort of feel like I'm just cruising a little bit. What I really want is tight blue shorts, which I cannot put. I'm just gonna keep going with the one poly for now.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did find a reason to use the Star Greatsword, which I want to use.
Like a
Huh?
like a lore, like a character reason.
The Crucifix of the Mad King is technically a halberd, but it handles more like a kind of like a hammer, just because there's the skeleton of the Mad King hanging off of it.
Right.
And so the Star Greatsword is lores would be like that. It's essentially a spear that's just handled like a sword.
Yeah, I buy that.
Because I really like the charging weapon art, and I don't have enough Titanite shards right now to buff the other ones. Also, I think this area will get a weapon for me that I want to try out this go around. Never really messed with poison, but I hear it's a little overrated in this game.
Underpowered or underrated? Like it's good, but people don't think about it.
It's actually not that bad. Like people, it doesn't work as well as you would think a lot of poisons should. What is that? By the way, I'm at the I think Farron School.
Okay.
School of Fireworks at the bottom of that ladder. Yeah, Farron Keep. I believe that was where our next area is. This is a really interesting area. It's like sprawling, so I don't really know quite how much we want to commit to it.
I mean, let's see how far we get. There's more than one bonfire, so if we don't do this whole thing in one episode, that's fine.
Yeah. Ragged Lands. This area might be a little tricky to do anyway in one go because we're gonna be poisoned a lot.
Oh, should I stock up on the antidotes or?
Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Okay, hold on. Before you send me, that's right. Because I'm doing passive spells this go around. I can equip Caressing Tears if we don't really need it. So we're good.
Okay. I'm just leveling real quick.
Caressing Tears is a cure-all. AoE.
Gonna not be too glass cannony. I think I'm gonna give myself a little vigor here. Just because dying too much is not gonna be that much fun to watch. So give myself license to make 1 to 2 more mistakes without dying. All right, fair and keep. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, and the other reason that literally forces light favor is I never really mess with this sword.
Yeah.
Most of my builds were kind of more strength based, and so this one it's the lightest ultra great sword, so I just always kind of dismissed it a little bit.
There's your sign. I remember this being a high invasion area.
It can be the area we just came from is higher,
Yes, yes.
but it's a metro area.
All right. Let's slice some slugs.
Oh, you ran way ahead. Oh, you're right there.
Just trying to avoid getting poisoned. At least sometimes.
Like I said, I have cure all for that if we
Okay. Remember there being a dark knight over here.
He's actually kind of hard. We'd have to go like around.
Oh yeah? Maybe I'm remembering this like post.
What your goal is like there's stuff in the swamp. I don't know if you want to like
Yeah, I mean are we talking shards or bone dust? Oh,
maybe.
I just got the shard. So, cool. Yeah, I mean if I mean I can always come back in solo if you know the critical path and you want to just guide us that way. I don't remember, man. So the shard is obviously something I wanted. What else we got?
Like I mean yeah, I just don't remember specifically. So here, let me do this real quick.
Hooray!
It's a cheap spell too. Very handy. Yeah, so these guys drop a weapon I want, so they're rotten and very sparing.
Ah. For your poison life. Yeah, I feel like status effect buildup is fun to play with across the board in this one, be it bleed or poison or
Some such.
and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I know that some of the stuff got nerfed, which we talked about in a previous episode is unfortunate. And I don't remember if the impetus for that had anything to do with PvP or PvE.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably a rare enough thing to get a rationale for a nerf, like explicitly. You know, it's usually you can like read between the lines, but
Yeah. I mean, maybe it just depends on the communities, because like I know with Destiny they always list like their exact reason.
right, that's true. That's true.
I don't know if that's more common for like MMOs or they're trying to make sure everyone's on the same page.
I think that might be true. I think that might be more in the tradition of WoW. Boy, that sure was a lot to explain what that did. And you're dead. Oh, there's an item up there. Hang on. You'll be dead. Rotten pine resin. Lovely. So rotten. It's like regular pine resin, but it's bad.
Oh yeah, so here's another. We call him the Bloodborne guy.
Stephen K. Bloodborne. Ooh, that's not what we wanted to happen. He bloodborned you. You got bloodborned.
Gonna be much more aggressive.
Wait a minute. Is this Bloodborne? Just a shard.
Yeah, I think this last couple T-Bros around here. If the purposes, I think since we're coming to that segment, let's just get some modifiers
Yeah, that's cool.
earlier.
I like it. I avoid doing silly voices most of the time when we're in public, but on a long ass stream, it's gonna happen because that's you and I communicate that way a lot. Lauren and I do too, and like we didn't realize it wasn't normal, or like we can forget sometimes. Like I remember really well, we were on a road trip with her sister, and we just popped into like silly French accents or something, and I think I was driving and I looked in the rearview mirror and she was just giving us the weirdest look, like What the fuck are you doing?
get up regularly actually with it gets really hard to slip out of.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm a little careful about the habit just because I work with people from all over and I don't want to slip into like I don't want to give anyone the impression I'm making fun of them.
That's kind of why I stopped a little bit too as I got older, just because I really enjoy it. So it's like really easy to do, and if I'm not careful, like you said, I'll just end up doing it like in front of somebody.
And if it's just if it's Barney Gumble, you're not going to probably offend anybody. But if it's Apu, different matter, right? Like the semiotics of those voices are not the same. We've never really talked about this either, but like the just like the semiotics of casual impressions. Like I think it's very different publicly or privately for a white guy to do a Barack Obama impression versus a Samuel L. Jackson impression.
Yeah, I think it almost depends. Like I think about like so you're talking about that like one of my favorite Barack Obama impressions is this little brief like silly thing that Aaron Hansen did during one of their game sessions, and that hadn't occurred to me, and then I thought about it one day, and it just kind of like blew my head. It's like, oh yeah, he's doing an impression, and it was interesting too because like you were saying, like or maybe like what we were going to say, you think about Barack Obama, he's a very clear public figure, so it's not like it's just someone doing like a black man's voice.
But well, yeah, but I also think it's sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say like I think it's still different for a white guy to do a Barack Obama impression than an Al Sharpton impression, even though Al Sharpton is just as much a public figure. And it like yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. My point is that he's a very clear figure, like everyone. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't necessarily, and this is probably a lot of people will argue why he got elected. He doesn't necessarily represent a certain type of blackness, right? To a lot of people, and so does that, so is it easier to get away with for that reason?
This gets into that sticky question of who sounds black, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like when I thought about it, I was like, well, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't seem to bother other people. But in what context would it start to bother me, right?
Right. I mean, if I, generally speaking, in daily life, if I'm going to say the words, now let me be clear, I say them as Barack Obama because it's just funnier and it feels right.
I agree. I forget what the other thing is. Oh, okay. Now I remember. We gotta go this way. Deal with terrible things.
So these slugs are right out of Dark Souls 1 for anybody who's I don't even know who I'm saying that to. Someone who hasn't played this but remembers Dark Souls 1. There's that person probably exists. I feel like there are people who are into the series, but just like one or another of them came out at a time where they couldn't afford it, or they were feeling burned out, or whatever.
I can for sure see that. Yeah. So this guy, we can guide him into the fire. It does really nice damage. And here we go. He's quite strong.
Oh yeah, the guy who fights with a frickin' tree.
Cover the fire, please.
The fire is nice, is the thing. I don't know if you're aware, but it's a good place for you to be.
Run in. See if I can get him like run over to us. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
That's what you want.
bird, baby.
Oh, you got me with the tree trunk. Oh, you got me again.
You're quite hardy considering he hit you with a tree there.
Oh, oh.
I was out of range every time I tried to hit
I
him.
100% thought he was gonna die, and I got arrogant.
To his hubris.
Twir.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I think that the guys that talk about like not getting a joke about whatever like that. That's a trash argument.
Yeah, I mean, what you lose when you get rid of un-PC comedy is almost entirely hack comedy, right? But I think it's not a question of like making hard rules about what you can and can't do. It's a question of noticing the effect of things, you know?
I was gonna say I think what I'm more interested in, or like what I think is more helpful is just like making more people
Real quick, I'm at the bonfire, the second one, the keep ruins. Okay. Do you want me to help your world or
I think I can just rush over.
okay? You were saying though. I know. This is that stream thing where I'm asking you to, walk and chew gum here, but right, 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 right. Right. There were people laughing way too hard for what he would consider and what I think we would agree were the wrong reasons. Yeah. That's the classic problem. Yeah. One of the things whenever you're doing any kind of comedy or even like comedy adjacent stuff, like stuff online that has jokey jokes in it, one of the simplest, wisest things I've ever heard was way earlier in her career, her YouTube career, ContraPoints said like a check she does on every script she writes is would a Nazi find this funny? And it's like, we have a couple of friends who would probably argue that that's a silly thing to do because a lot of comedy is just funny to people, right? But I don't know if I buy that. Like, I think comedy does usually have a target. So if you can picture a Nazi laughing at it, you probably want to give it another pass. Like, I actually do think you should try to actively alienate certain people with whatever kind of writing you do. Like, if it is palatable to them, then you're being either hateful or just simply too safe, you know? Yeah, but like I think like just to well, that'd be the argument, right? That like a pie in the face is just funny to people. But I guess I would just to steel man the opposition, right? Like I would say that it actually yeah, exactly, exactly. Someone yeah. Yeah, yeah. Totally, totally. Like you're right, you're right. Right. Right, right, exactly. The context is funny. Yeah, I think people are weirdly unaware of those layers for sure, for sure. I mean, like we've talked about this before, and I've talked about it with your daughter that like the first joke you learn is this weird meta anti joke, like why did the chicken cross the road, and the punchline is that there's no punchline. So like I think the mechanics of humor, like we grow up so many meme layers deep now that people don't necessarily think about like the effect or the semiotics of it or whatever to keep using the driest word possible to talk about comedy. But it's like you're right. Like you're totally right that yes, it doesn't exist in a vacuum even if it is a pie in the face, but you're also right that that's a little bit of a canard because we're not talking about pie in the face comedy when we talk about doing the would a Nazi find this funny check, right? We're talking about stuff that, like just casual stereotypes or whatever that have been stock in comedy for in the US at the absolute least like 100 years, let's say, like going back to vaudeville. Really longer than that, of course, but like, just we have records of these, so we can certainly say it goes back that far. Um yeah, like those things are not apolitical. They may be well intentioned, or at the very least not not poorly intentioned, but they're not apolitical. Nice. I just picked another fight. So give me one sec. Ooh, I got poisoned. That's not what I wanted to have happen. I took down 5 of these guys at once, no problem. Then I was fighting one, and it went bad real quick. I'm gonna just bravely run away here, even though I am not at all afraid to be killed in nasty ways. I have been cleansed. You are. No, we're in the poison zone. Praise him. Wait, you're a warrior of sunlight? I'm not a warrior of sunlight, am I?
I mean, you won't show up as one unless you're summoned. But I get this now, I think.
You know, that's a covenant. You must have rushed it.
Someone gives it to me. Who gives this to me?
Hold that thought. Not urgent, but I mean, you know, that's given our co-op playthrough, that's certainly the reasonable choice. Isn't there some version of Solaire in this game? Wouldn't that be who gives it to you? Or it's like Solaire Jr.,
Oh, you find it.
Baby Solaire.
Wait, I think you got it.
I'm
You have it in your inventory.
pretty sure not. Are covenants just like an item type in this one?
It says you find it in the falling through a gap in the floor of the
Oh, I do have that. I thought that was just like a sunlight medal. I didn't think it was a covenant. How do I set that?
your covenant is set, so in your menu
Yeah, that was real. Okay. Joining a religion is very handy in this one. It's like having an app for that. Okay. Okay, I'm a Sunbro too now.
I mean, like, physically, like, it doesn't alter your appearance if you're the host, but, like, would you eventually help me if I were both that way for free?
Duh.
Yeah, you gotta do something about this endurance, I think. Or it might be my next game. Alright, you. Is your blob slower?
It is. It's behind. It's next to this tree. No, it's behind the gentleman.
Okay. Just beat him over here real quick.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run for the blob real quick. I'll be back.
Let's see if I can get him to come
I mean,
I went at the bonfire.
actually sauntering over to my blob, but it's as fast as I can currently go. Okay.
Oh, he's running around it.
You stoop.
That's learning. Has anything Bush even said any more funny, really? Like, when you consider what we've had for the last 4 years?
I brought one up the other night that the group I was talking to had never heard, and they did find it very funny. My favorite, our age, little bit older, a little bit younger.
One thing now I've realized is, like, we just may encounter in our lives people who, are younger than us and might not know.
No, these were all people who remember the Bush administration, just had not absorbed this one particular thing or didn't remember it. But my favorite Bushism of all time is it is time for the human race to enter the solar system. That was him, yeah.
I thought that was, what's his name? The Bushisms of the 80s and 90s, Dan Quayle.
No, that wasn't Dan Quayle.
Okay. He had some singers too, let me tell you.
Oh, he did. He did.
One of my favorites of his was America's on an irreversible change toward
Oh. I just got stun locked by the red skull gentleman, and then well, the skulls were the left jab. The skulls were the left jab. The entire ass tree was the right hook. That'll happen. Okay. I'm ready to summon you whenever you're ready to be summoned. Good. No, I don't think that was Dan Quayle. Love, when you have a moment, could you Google "it is time for the human race to enter the solar system"? It's not urgent. Lauren is doing important Animal Crossing things. She has discovered Nookazon, So she is now wheeling and dealing. I'm not shaming you or making fun of you. You're a hardcore Animal Crossing player.
I have more presents for you, so
I'm not making fun of you. No, no, no. She's giving
doing this
me.
for both of
She
us.
is giving me pieces of art in the game. You can like. There's actually an art museum in game. So like she gave me one of the views of Mount Fuji. It's a beautiful present. I am not making fun of you. No, exactly. Lucy just said, "What is embarrassing about this?" Nothing. Nothing is embarrassing about this. Yeah. No. Exactly. I mean, if by in America you mean on Earth, then sure. Yeah, it's like that thing about like, well, most people who do hard drugs smoke weed. It's like, well, yeah, and most people who don't do hard drugs smoke weed. Most people smoke weed. Like, most people smoke weed and play Animal Crossing, often simultaneously or concurrently. What would Animal Crossing be a gateway drug? I'm tired of finding Adult Swim funny. I want to find Breaking Bad relatable.
Can't it just always feel like it's 100?
So yes, you have nothing to be ashamed. I think Lauren is just a little self-conscious because she is not generally she has never considered herself a elite gamer, but she is playing this particular game in about every way and at the highest level that one can. Um, her island is incredible. Ooh, she's engaging with the community. It's just all the things. We got him, but good.
There it is.
The third votive candle of enkindling. Votive enkindling. This is what Bed Bath and Beyond is like at this point in the timeline.
All of those candles are actually pumpkin spice scented.
Autumnal. You can take autumn with you into the spring and summer. Yeah, yeah. It'd be like if you buy a whole chicken and it's listed as chicken nugget flavors. Those things are both very appreciated. Oh, the jumping. You just calm right down there, Mario. Ooh. Oh, okay. Heisel. Yeah, it's the guy. I think it is her, yeah. Ooh. Heads up.
Curses. Everyone laughs about a curse in this game. It's very jarring the first time it happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's something over here, but I don't remember if it's over here.
Time to roll through the mud, because that makes sense. Oh, there it is. Just a big old soul.
Just a big old soul trying to make my way.
I do like this area. I feel like this is them kind of cashing the checks they've been writing with sort of lackluster swamp areas in previous games. You will. Well, actually, it'll be interesting to see whether the swamp area in Demon Souls gets a makeover because it's the whole floor of it is just a big desolate, you know, black slime featureless, like just about. Like it's it's good. It's foreboding and whatever, but it's it's arguable whether it's unfinished or just you know they
Let's be clear, my talent is a travesty. It's great, but oh man, do you feel it the whole time? Do you never want to go back there?
maybe the equivalent would be the demon ruins in Dark Souls 1, where it is just like a bunch of samey enemies copy pasted over a big flat area. Like it is a little bit rushed. Or Lost Izalith, I guess, and similarly there is like a much cooler, hell dimension level in this one to kind of make good on that promise as well. We may have done. Is this where the I don't know. There's another way we could have gone, right?
There's definitely, I think there's a bonfire up there.
Okay.
So that'll be our stopping point because that's a covenant. I think there's a useful item up there.
I love useful items. I always find uses for them.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna maybe stop this poison.
Good plan.
Right,
Okay.
let's go there. I remember what I'm thinking of. I think there's ashes up here.
Mm. This is ringing a bell. Well, you just like disappear phased for a second there. So that's a bonfire. Isn't Hovel on the roof, or am I thinking of a later area?
Later area.
Okay.
Hovel is hanging out.
Oh, yes, totally. I can. Yes.
Oh, it's just right.
How do we possibly get? Oh, there's just some stairs. Get the.
Damn, he's supposed to die.
Twinkling.
Sweet. So, yes, here. This not suspicious looking archway.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, it's the Dream Chaser's ashes. Yeah, that's right. Well, while we're wrapping, I will go give that to the merchant lady, and we'll find out what it's good for.
I'll try to take out the demon right quick.
I mean, I'm not again it.
Because look, I mean, wrapping our session. There's nothing like dying at the hands of a demon.
That's what the people came to see. Hello, people.
Give them what they want. Do we already have that? Oh no, that's just Dark Souls 2.
Hmm?
Is that in this one? The roll of dice?
Oh yeah, the pumped up emote. I think it's here somewhere. I think.
Alright. Larry B.
Another.
These one are so fascinating, like just the further away they are from the chaos flame.
Mhm.
Just like, I mean, they'll still kill us, which is relatively speaking.
Right. Oh, he picked me up. I forgot he did that. What he's gonna do to me will be nothing good.
Well, I got his attention,
I'm alive. I'm gonna heal up.
but now I have his curiosity. History repeats itself.
Those who do not learn are doomed to get squeezed by a demon.
I think the first time we fought him, he threw me over the ledge.
I remember this. Yeah.
Pretty great.
I'm a little sad. I'm a bit sad we don't have footage of that, to be honest. Got that soul. That is the other thing. We are capturing all this pristine footage, so if you do ever want to do your video essay on why this is definitely the best Soulsborne.
I don't know that I would necessarily try to make that an argument. I really like this game. I think it's got a lot of great points. I don't know that I feel that strongly.
That's fair.
It's like say
Like you feel strongly, but it is an emotional attachment. It's not necessarily you don't have an intellectual argument for why.
yeah, I don't feel like it necessarily does things better than another game. I mean, technical level, it definitely does. It's 60 frames a second. Things are pretty.
It's a hog though. That's the interesting thing is like I have to turn some of the bells and whistles down to get this to be buttery. I can run Scholar of the First Sin in 4K with nary a hiccup. Yeah. Sometimes different graphics cards have little quirky Oh yeah, huh?
running this at max, and yeah, it's super buttery all the time.
Well, I am also streaming as well, so it's that takes system resources. I probably could not, yeah, not apples to apples. I probably could not run. Uh, oh no, no! I'm gonna just sit down and think about my life. I probably could not run Scholar of the First in 4K and stream it. Certainly not in 4K. I don't even know if there's any point in streaming in 4K these days with everyone being home and services throttling things. Not throttling personal internet, but I think like if you watch carefully on YouTube, you'll notice the quality downgrading a bit more often than would be normal. Not, I mean, not that it's unwatchable, not that it's like, old broadcast TV resolution or anything, but it's, if you're a big spoiled baby like me and you become accustomed to 4K YouTube, it's a bit noticeable. Well, this was a good time. You've got to go live the rest of your life.
I have to go and be the best version of myself.
Boring.
Do we want to close with anything?
Well, I'm gonna give this lady. I'm gonna give this lady the Umbrella Ash. What's up?
Listen, I'm enjoying the stream. I feel bad sometimes I don't have commentary in between.
You're just being you, man. That's all. That's all you need to be. Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Ooh, do I tell her where I found this ash, or is this one of those things where she'll go looking for it and meet a terrible fate?
I think it's inconsequential.
Okay. Clinging to lofty dreams in this dying world, more's the pity. Just escaping to a magical world where the only punctuation is sinister laughter.
Yeah, I remember that was kind of off-putting the first time I tried Souls, and now I love it.
I haven't.
Literally, like everyone just ends their sentences.
Maybe that's how we end every session. So, yeah, exactly. Here, I'll get ready to actually end the stream, and then we'll do that. I didn't plan this very well. Hang out for 30 more seconds. I need the keyboard for the computer, but thank you. I have too many devices. Lauren handed me my laptop, which was very sweet of her, but doesn't solve the problem. Happen to have some devices. Very nice. All right. Well, he's dancing. Oh, sorry. I need the mouse too. I can get up and get it though. You don't have to do this. Thank you. We have such a casual streaming setup here. We're just in our living room. So yeah. Lauren's MVP, even though it was mostly work behind the scenes here. Thank you, love. So everyone, thank you for tuning in. Tune in next time for more of this weird nonsense, more If You Play, and more lost souls clinging to hope in a dying world.